Perfect.
I'm my brother's keeper. I'm my sister's guide. Standing here together with nothing left to hide. We lift each other up when the world feels torn apart. We're keepers of the flame. We're the healers of the heart.
I love my intro song. It gives me joy.
Pretty.
Yeah. Oh, gracious. We've got some people here. We've got Indigo Twin. Hi. We've got Crystal. We've got Rio for Life, Kim D. That is so cool because I am also a Kim with a smile. So, yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm finishing my onion rings.
that's allowed. You're allowed to finish with onion rings. I wish I had onion rings and root beer. You said today is Telemiracle Day, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's not what the actual word was in your...
yeah, I know. It auto-corrected it all.
They sure
donated
did.
like, I think it's $1 or $1.50 or something from every teen burger.
Nice. And for those of you who do not know what Telemiracle is, it is our provincial telethon to raise money for the Kinsman Club of Canada, I guess, but our Saskatchewan branch. And they help people with medical needs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a medical foundation. So, for example, Samara has received benefit from that. And yeah, I didn't know. Word up, Tuber Chat. Nice to see you. Glad you're here. Yes.
I actually found out that Kirk's stepsister got funding from Telemiracle when she had her initial accident where she got, I think it was stepped on by a horse. Stepped on? I think it was stepped on. And ended up as a paraplegic.
Oh, wow. You said Kirk's sister?
It's stepsister.
Half-sister, okay.
Half-sister, half-sister.
Half-sister, okay.
But
wow.
She's turned around and overcome from that. She's now an Olympic para-athlete, and her and her husband have a company that makes like specialized wheelchairs and stuff. So
wow. Oh, that's awesome. That is fabulous.
That is.
I love when people take a situation and don't become defeated by it. You know, hey, Daniel, nice to see ya. Yeah, when you take your situation and not only do you not become defeated, you actually thrive and overcome and then some on top of it, right?
My physical therapist that I had or rehab therapist, who is the one who was teaching me how to walk with my prosthetic.
Yeah.
It was like the first day, and she's like, "Don't worry, we're gonna have you back running at any time, or we'll have you running again, running in no time." And I'm like, "Running?" She goes,
"I didn't run
Aren't
before."
You the runner? I'm like, "Nope." She's, "Oh." I said, "But hey, if you can find a way to make me run when I've never been a great runner, cool with that."
Yeah, I'm good with that. That's fine. Yes.
Like, running? What? Who said anything about running?
Exactly. I just want to get from point A to point B without landing on my face.
I'm not very good at that some days.
Yeah, well, me neither, and I have both my legs.
I did an almost cartwheel in the living room the other day. Kirk actually thought that's what I was trying to do. I was not. Uh-oh.
Okay, so it looks like it's going to be that kind of day. So everybody, please be patient with me. I have no idea why, but I think my internet is being evil. So we might have some freezes and or drops or whatever on occasion. I'm hoping it's not too many. And if it does seem to be quite a few, like more than 5 in say half an hour or whatever, then we'll just cut the stream and say, you know what, we'll try again a different day. So today we were going to talk to Samara. Hi, Samara. about moving from a city to a small town in a remote-ish area of our province. And I put that in air quotes because compared to where I live, where she lives is a metropolis, they have streetlights. I have 3 stop signs.
We have one in the middle of our front yard. we have one stoplight,
Okay.
but we have a 4-way stops and a 5-way stop.
Yeah, I used to live just down the street from that 5-way stop. Where Sam lives now is where I spent a little bit of my growing up time, and so I'm very familiar with a lot of the places and people and that kind of stuff. So, yeah,
It's a thriving metropolis of 5,500 people.
5,500. Wow, it's grown. Okay,
Yeah.
Indigo's stepping right in there. What's the story
Oh.
behind your prosthetic? If that's not too personal a
Oh.
question.
No, there's actually a whole video about it if you look back to the beginning of Kim's stuff. Basically, I went on a trip in 2014 and got 3rd-degree burns to the bottoms of both my feet because of hot concrete, because we were down in the States and it was plus 45 and I had bare feet at the water park. Not smart.
And
And I
diabetic
already had,
neuropathy, so no
Yeah.
sensation.
I didn't feel it and I had bad circulation. So after pretty much 3 years of fighting it in the hospital, we decided that I was sick of living in the hospital and we ended up having to do a below knee amputation. So that's a very long story short.
That's,
My
yeah,
lesson from that, always wear shoes.
always wear shoes. Absolutely. Yes. So if you want to hear anything that Samara has done with me, take a look in my playlists. You will find a Samara playlist. She has videos there. Any of my guests, any of the people I have on, I don't have specific lists of topics. I think that would be too broad. But for each of the guests, each person has their own playlist. So, and I even have playlists. For example, Indigo has been on a few panels that I've done. I don't know if they've been on their, no, I've had Indigo on their own. But anyways, I've had them on a few panels. So there's a panel playlist, etc. So if you enjoy that kind of content and you want to check us out further, please subscribe. I would love to have you. That would be
And you
so
can
much
laugh
fun.
at some of the beginning videos of Kim's if you watch ours.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We need to have you
We're a little
on more
unpolished.
frequently again. Yeah.
My first one where I'm using my phone and it's like,
And your green sheet as a back wall. So yeah,
yes. Yeah, now I just
that
have
was pretty special.
plain needs to be painted walls.
5-way stop it's like a pentagon kind of thing. Isn't that the one?
What it is the town was built along the railroad, and then at some point somebody decided it should be built north, south, east, and west. So there's angled like pie wedges that come together at this one intersection in 5.
And it's the one
Yeah.
just on the north side of town, right?
It's on Maple.
Oh, Maple and Central. Right?
Yeah, probably.
Center Street.
Yeah, probably.
I should know
don't
that.
know. I
I
never
lived
drive down that way.
That's right.
I hate it always going down Maple.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of the street names yet, and I've been here almost a year. It's pretty bad.
Well, I used to live, that's actually the corner where I used to live. There's a little house there that
Yeah.
was us.
I know where your house is.
Yeah.
It's been pointed out to me. Gwen pointed
has
it
been.
out.
Gwen pointed it out. Yes.
She's like, that's
Yep.
where Kim lived. But yeah. Yeah. You know what? You don't have to know the street names though, because it's typical little town where people tell you to go by landmarks.
Absolutely.
The harder one is when they tell you go to Abraham's.
What's Abraham's?
What's it?
Yeah.
Or go to where the so-and-sos used to live.
See, I could probably do that.
I don't even know who they are, much less where they used to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
So,
the stores, instead of Home Hardware, it's Richardson's. Okay,
yeah,
you
because
get
that's the
used to it.
family who owned it forever.
Yeah.
Do they still own
I
it?
had I think so. I think it's the grandson that has it now, if I remember right.
That would make sense. That'd be about the right generation.
I think so. I think it's the grandson. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I like this by Indigo. That would be perfect for me. I'm a landmark person, and what's a cardinal direction? It's not a bird. Yeah, no.
No. Trust me. I think it was the second week I was here. I went to go pick up something at the store and come back. And all of a sudden I'm like, I don't know where I am. I had
Oh
turned
no.
somewhere not at the right place. And I phoned Kirk and I said, I'm lost. And he said, well, look for the water tower. I'm like, I can't see the water tower. I'm surrounded by trees because he kind of forgets that you can't see the water tower from everywhere in town now because some of the trees
Mm-hmm.
are too tall because he lives a block from the water tower. But
Mm-hmm.
he's like, what do you see? I'm like, houses. And I was like, hey, there's that big green building. I know where I am. And he goes, do you know how to get home from the big green building? I'm like, no clue. The big green building would be the old arena.
Oh, yes, that's right.
He's like,
Yep,
how did you get all the way over there? Because that's like probably 15 blocks away. I'm like, I don't
it is.
know.
Yeah, it
And
is.
he goes, you had to have driven by the house to get there. I guess so.
Probably. Hey, Todd, nice to see you.
But
So,
yeah, yeah.
Todd, House of Matrix Rabbit, Todd, recently had surgery on one of his feet, and he had to have a
Right.
toe and a half removed. So he's got some good foot pain going on too. Todd,
Yeah.
uh,
And balancing issues.
yep, absolutely, absolutely. Sam,
My
ask Kim
friend
about turning the
Kathy's.
wrong way in her town. 5,000 people. I
Yeah.
stayed with Crystal. I stayed with Crystal at her place, helping her move. And by helping, I mean I sat and watched everybody do work. Anyway, so
You
I
were the
helped with.
moral support coach.
I was the moral support. Yes, so I was the personal support redhead. Anyway, so every time I would have to go someplace from either her old place or her new place, I would turn the wrong direction every stinking time. I finally have figured out how, I think I have finally figured out how to get to her place. But oh my word, I was so turned around. I got lost. Man, oh
Coming
man.
coming from the Evergreen or Kirk's work, I still sometimes miss the turn to the house.
Oh yeah,
Coming the other way,
absolutely.
there's a green house on both corners, but
Ah,
I
yeah,
just have to pay attention and it's 2 blocks after the one-way street.
yeah,
Or if I go
yeah.
a block too far, it's like, oh, I guess I'll drive around the water tower corner.
That's right. Yep, absolutely. Apparently, I did the most important job. I kept Crystal sane, which is kind of what my actual job was. So that was good. Yeah, I got totally turned right around. And Todd he's in a PT facility, but he can't put any weight on his foot for
Yeah.
another week and a half. And just from what Todd and myself and a number of people we've been discussing, it's excruciating having to be
Yeah.
by yourself in a place that you hate. You
Yep.
cannot get out. Like,
And you're stuck in
honestly,
your bed or a wheelchair.
your bed, because they won't let him out in a wheelchair.
Oh, they won't even let it. Oh,
No, no.
that's even worse.
So, Todd, you want to talk to somebody who totally, totally gets it? That would be Sam.
Yeah.
She would understand fully what you're going
I
through right
lived in
now.
the hospital pretty much for 3 years. I gotcha.
Yes. Yep.
And I
Absolutely.
have a friend who is right now kind of losing a toe at a time every several months.
Oh
So we've all
no.
told her to quit going to the lake because every time she goes to the lake, she comes home and has to lose a toe. Told her to quit going
Yikes.
to the lake.
No doubt. That'd just be bad. She should stay
Well, in
away
the
from the
first,
lobsters slicing off her
well,
toes.
the first couple, it was some sort of infection she got. And when they
Oh,
tested it, they found some sort of like bacteria or whatever in it that nobody has seen for something like 8,000 years, except for in like fossilized forms. I'm like,
really?
never
What
go to
lake
that
was
lake.
that at?
I think it was Watrous.
I was wondering.
I
Yeah.
think it was Watrous. Doesn't that make sense?
Manitou. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would make the most sense to me.
Saltiest lake on the planet.
Is it really? Wow.
I'm pretty sure it's more salty than the ocean, if I remember right by the statistics. Like it is, yeah, it's a very salty body of water.
Yeah, it sure is. Oh, cool. So is there bacteria in the water? Absolutely there is. There's bacteria in every water, no matter where you are. There's
Oh,
bacteria.
yeah.
It's the way it is.
Yeah.
But that's why you didn't go in some Roman baths in Italy. That's for sure, especially if they don't want you to
Well,
chlorinate.
and when I had my hemocath for dialysis, I wasn't allowed to go in swimming pools or hot tubs or anything because the infection risk of it even getting around the site was too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Todd is getting paroled tomorrow for a few hours. Yay! Yes. See your kitty. Oh, yeah. He's been missing his kitty.
Can somebody send you, is there somebody who can send you pictures of your kitty? Because that, you will not believe how much that can help you if somebody will send you pictures of your kitty.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
A tiny little lifesaver. Because
Yeah.
I had roommates that would send me pictures of my cats, and yeah, it helps. It helps.
Okay. And Samara, something that you won't know is the week before or 2 weeks before Todd's surgery, his mom passed away.
I think I remember you saying that to me when we were talking the one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and no, he does not have anybody who can take pictures of Kitty.
Okay, well then you got to watch all the cat videos you can.
We'll send you cat videos.
Yes. We'll send you cat videos.
Yes.
But
So
yeah, no.
a year ago, you moved from a bustling small city, and I will say small city because I've got people
It
here
is.
from Chicago and
It's the biggest in our province, but it is a small city in
yeah,
retrospect of every other city in Canada.
exactly. Yeah. So
But is it 300,000 now?
350, I think.
350? Yeah, still
Yeah, I'd
small,
have to look that up.
but a heck of a lot more than 5,500 people, which might I add, I think the majority of are seniors and
I
retired
think you're
farmers.
right. Yep.
And
Saskatoon's population is 288,000
when is that
in
as of though?
2022.
Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
I've read somewhere that we're almost at the 300 now, and it depends if you're counting U of S students too.
Right. Most
Because our
recent is
population goes up
2024,
by,
and 2024 had 347,000.
wow.
Yeah.
What do you want to bet the one year they didn't count the university students and the next time they did count them?
Well, no, Saskatoon has grown, and I need to quit saying the name of the city. The city has grown. Yes, it has grown a lot in the last couple of years. So, yeah,
It's starting to feel like big city.
it's got some sprawl going on, kind of like me, some sprawl going on. That's just,
I'm working on getting rid of mine.
oh, Sam. Okay. Speaking of getting rid of it and doing all of these different things, you moved away from the city into this medium-sized town. I shouldn't call it a small town because where I live may have 700 to 800 people.
Your
So
town is small, yes.
my town is tiny. Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us about the move. What made you move? What's the pros, the cons,
Boy,
the a boy.
a boy made me move.
Yeah.
He told me one day, actually, he thought after I came to visit the first time, I'd pretty much stay for the first night and then leave and never come back.
Yeah.
He's like, and then you came back and
Yeah.
you stayed.
That's right.
So yeah, I met an amazing, amazing, amazing man, and he's worth it. And
He's
to
a
be
good
fair,
guy.
to put this as an outlier, I'm on disability, so I don't have a job that I had to leave and find another job either, which makes it easier.
It
So
does. Yeah.
that
It really
definitely
does.
made a difference.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was a lot of it. And there's there's good and bad things like everywhere you live.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd like to say it's quiet and peaceful, but it is and
Not
it's
on
not.
your street.
Not on our street. We
No.
live next door to a tire shop, so it's actually pretty loud.
Yeah.
They've had It's been nice out. They've had the doors open the last 2 days. Ugh,
Mm-hmm.
that sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I spent a lot of the summer. Um, my gentleman came home one day because I was talking about how in the city I was in a program that's for people with different health problems and health issues and stuff. And I went to that and used like exercise equipment, and you could walk on the track and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, like we're still a town. It's still town of
They
here.
haven't
So
applied for city status. Yeah.
I like that my closest neighbors are cows.
That's
Okay,
right.
we're not that small.
No. Well, we
I mean,
are.
we have a Subway and a McDonald's and a Dairy Queen
And a
and a
hospital,
KFC. Yeah, we have a hospital.
a
It's
hospital
not
and a
the
nursing
greatest.
home. Oh, it's a
Yeah,
terrible hospital.
it's a terrible hospital.
No, I'm
If you
not
have
even
really
going to mince
serious
words
problems,
there.
you drive. If there's serious problems, you drive to the like hour away bigger town, big city.
Yes. Yeah. The big city
Heck,
without a great hospital, but at least it's better than the one where you live.
well, and it's a cruddy city to be in too. It's scary.
That's true. It is.
You don't like stopping anywhere in that city.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
but yeah, we live in what's technically kind of the slums of the town, so we're
She's from
kind of
the hood.
surrounded. Yeah, we definitely are in the hood. There's a drug house down at the end of the street, and there was a big drug bust on the next, just across the corner the other day.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but on the other side, like 10 minutes out of town is a regional park, which is where I would go and walk,
Mm-hmm.
and
I should
you're
have asked
in
you for some
forest.
photos because the photos are beautiful.
Yeah, I should have sent
Yeah.
some photos, but
Mm-hmm.
it's gorgeous and it's quiet, and well, okay, it's not quiet, but it's birds and squirrels not quiet.
Yeah, exactly. It's nature noises loud.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like it's funny because I said to him, I said, like, I was in this program and I went 3 times a week. What am I gonna do? And he came home that night with the pass to the park and he said, go walk at the park because you're not safe walking around the house.
No, that's for sure. And by walking around the house, he means like the
The
walk around
neighborhood.
the house. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I started doing, was walking out at the park. And I mean, when I first started, I'd get out of the car and kind of slowly walk my way, like maybe a block or two, and come back. And to be fair, this park kind of goes like this, like it's built
Yeah.
on the edge of riverbanks, so it's a lot of
Yeah.
hill. So I
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
went to the biggest level area of it, and there's a playground there, and I kind of walked around there. And then over time, I was walking farther and longer, and there's lots of places like picnic tables and stuff I could sit down when I needed to and stuff. So by the end of fall, when they shut down the park, I was walking 2 kilometers, 2.2 kilometers 3 times a week.
So about a mile.
Yeah, and I'd be out there about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Because I'd
Okay.
kind of wander along and then sit down on a picnic table, take pictures,
Play with the dog.
hang out, enjoy the sunshine, whatever.
It's absolutely, yep.
So yeah. So then the biggest trick is trying to get to know people. I don't have a
That's
job.
hard.
So you can't meet people with that.
Or kids
And
through school.
yeah. So I'm slowly getting to know some people through the exercise program I'm in here, but again, it's people with health difficulties, so most of them are seniors.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's what my program in the city was too, to be honest. They always called me the baby because the next youngest person in the program was 12 years older than me. So
So yeah, and Sam's only 56. So I mean, no.
I look this good at 56.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
closer than it should be. Ooh.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she's not 50 yet. So
No,
no. I am over 50.
close.
But then
I'm
again,
close.
I
I'm
make
closer
50
than
look good.
anybody ever guesses.
Yeah, I know, right? You look like you're in your 20s. It's not fair. Not fair at all to the rest of us.
Year and a half to a big number,
Ooh, wow.
because in
Yep.
July it's 49.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Wow. Oh, Indigo says that they're younger at 34, but no less broken and damaged. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Indigo is got their whole health issues going on. It's just bad.
And those make
Uh,
life tough, but you know what? They also make you a tough person.
They do. Yes. And do you like flea markets or farmers markets or anything like that around here?
There's a farmer's market on Thursday mornings.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get sent to those to pick up baking from our friend Gwen's sister, but it's not really like, okay, in the city, the farmer's market took up like a block in the city.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This takes a little spot of parking lot in the arena parking lot, and there's usually the jam person, the baking person. There's a couple there's one person that has plants, like little starts of plants. And then there's a couple people
Mm-hmm.
that have vegetables, and that's usually it. So,
Wow.
you can walk through the whole thing in about 5 minutes. And I don't
Yeah.
walk fast.
No, you don't. Yeah, and Brian will be 53 on March 16th, and I'm 10 days older than him. So, yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did have some craft shows up here this year, but I wasn't quite in the challenge of mobility spot yet to try to go to those. And some of them were weekends when my boyfriend's daughter was with us. So
Mm-hmm.
then we didn't do that.
Y'all are cute, though.
And he also
Yep.
finds it hard going to those. So I would have had to go by myself.
What about that is it difficult for him? Is it an anxiety thing?
No, it's that he misses doing his woodworking.
Oh, her boyfriend is an excellent woodworker, and he would sell his wares at these events. So yeah, I can totally understand that for sure.
And he said
Yeah.
what really irks him is when he goes to one and he sees one of the people that used to be like one of his competitors, and they've kind of made a rip-off crappy version of something he made, and they're
making
charging
a lot
more,
of
and it
money out
kills
of it.
them. And they're charging more, and he goes like subpar job, and it drives him nuts. So
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, so that phrase of when I win the lottery, nobody will know, but there'll be subtle hints. I said, there's suddenly going to be a very big wood shop again, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So he doesn't do woodworking. Why is that, Sam?
He had to sell his business in his divorce.
Yeah.
Divorces are fun.
Divorces
yeah.
suck. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it was a bad time too because his main part of woodworking, like he did a thing where he built like climbing things and games and wooden toys, but the
Mm-hmm.
main business was cabinetry for like
Mm-hmm.
kitchens and stuff. And you know what? People didn't want you in their homes working on cabinetry during COVID.
There is that. Yes.
Yeah. So and I mean, at that point, he was living out in the shop so that he could work on these people's stuff. And he's like, I'm not around anybody. I'm literally sleeping in my shop, and there's nobody
Mm-hmm.
else out here.
Mm-hmm.
And he had three sets completely done, and they wouldn't let him come do it. So he looked into all he could legally do, and the only thing he could do was start charging them rent for storing it.
Oh, wow.
So when he started sending out bills for storage, they decided they'd let him come put them in.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And he said, "You're a bigger risk to me than I am to you.
Mm-hmm.
I go nowhere. I see nobody."
Mm-hmm. Yep. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what other benefits or challenges have you found in moving from city area
Um,
to small town life?
Trying to find things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And because I don't know people, like when I lived in the city, it was like, "Hey Kim, want to meet at Starbucks? Let's go
Who,
for
me?
coffee, or
Starbucks? I
let's
have
go
no
to
idea
such
what
and..."
you're talking about.
Me either.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly.
Kirk told me I might want to look at selling some of my cups since we live like an hour and a half away from
No.
Starbucks. And I went, "Mm."
Blasphemy.
He goes, "Okay, how about the ones that are still at Conrad's that you don't like as much?"
Yeah.
But they have come in
Brian
handy.
says being a hermit
So,
has its advantages.
yes. Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, so I try to smile and nod and say hello to people I pass in the grocery store, and anybody who wants to stop and chat, I am eager to stop and chat. I
Oh,
have
yeah.
many discussions with seniors. Little old men, they're great to talk to at the grocery store because they're usually more than willing to sit and talk to somebody.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh,
And we
Joel,
can
nice
all
to
complain
see
about
you.
the prices.
Exactly. How much are eggs, by the way? I have not paid attention.
It depends what store you go to in our town.
Mm-hmm.
No Frills is your cheap. No, Co-op is the cheapest option.
Okay.
Then No Frills, then
Mm-hmm.
IGA. Oh, no. The Parmart, I think, is cheaper than IGA, which is
Yeah.
the Esso gas station.
Yes.
And then Abraham's, which is like a little corner store.
Mm-hmm. In the middle of a
Don't
block.
go
Yep.
there. Yeah, just don't go there.
Oh, really?
I think the eggs cost them like,
Oh, okay.
he
Yeah.
stopped in and got milk and eggs one night, and I think the milk was $9 for a 4 liter, which is a gallon. And I think the dozen eggs was 8, which is about $2 more than anywhere else.
Yeah. So
But
Indigo
it
says
was the
that,
only thing open.
yeah. Indigo says the eggs are about $6, $4.30 if she's lucky. Almost $7 at the Dollar General. Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
they're like
wild.
6 something. I think they're 6 something here. I think it
Yeah.
works out to the cheapest place when they're really cheap is like 43 cents an egg or something. I worked out.
Oh really? I'm just gonna look
Something like,
at my local grocery store and see what they are. Go ahead and talk.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. So when you go grocery shopping, I find I usually end up going to the No Frills and the Co-op because between the
Mhm.
two, one's got better prices and one's got, well, if you want produce, you got to go to Co-op because
Mhm.
No Frills is great. But yeah,
Okay.
and
At
then
one of our local stores, oh, it's taking some time. 6.79 or 57 cents each.
yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. No, we can get them down to 35 cents each. $4.25.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. That's for medium eggs. Large eggs are 36 cents each.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must have to buy a flat.
No.
No?
Where am I here?
I can't see it.
No,
It just looks
I hate
white.
that you can't see my phone.
It's just
Yeah, no.
white, Kim. It's just
I
white.
know. Okay. No, it's just for a dozen.
I
Dozen
believe
large
you.
eggs.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
And
I might have
the
to drive down and pick
bird
some
flu
up.
came to Canada too last year. Yeah. Pardon, Sam?
I said I might have to drive down and pick some up.
It'd be cheaper with gas. Yep.
I don't know. It's about $80 in gas for a two-way trip.
Right. Yeah, you have a gas sucker, don't you?
No, my car is actually really good on gas.
Okay.
It only takes me half a tank to go one way.
That's not bad. That's not bad at
No,
all.
not like Kirk's, where driving down and back takes like a tank and a half, and his is a 100-liter tank, and mine's 60.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
talking about that the other day because I was like, I can't believe you drove down so many times at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to. You were there.
Those two at the beginning were so cute. A little nauseating, but cute. You know, it's all good. That's kind of like what me and my husband are like. And we've been together for more than a year. So, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah,
Indigo has a good point
yeah.
here. I think the key to small town living is letting people adjust to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving around the suburbs is essentially moving from small town to small town to small town, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And
Yeah.
like I try to do things to try to like
Mhm.
talk to people I can, like at the, what would you call the Evergreen? A sports complex? I don't even know what you'd
Yes.
call it.
It's
I
a
guess
curling
like
it's a curling center.
in the summer it's where the pro shop for the golf course is.
Mhm.
It's where the curling rink is. There's an
Mhm.
auditorium in it. There's meeting rooms.
Yeah.
If there's a concert in town, I mean, remember it's a small town. If there's a concert in town, it's there. Um,
I've never been to a
but
concert there.
yeah, there's been a couple, I guess, pretty big name country people were here
That doesn't
recently.
surprise me. Yeah.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
Kirk was pretty excited actually. And what really
Okay.
sucks is he had tickets for that concert.
Oh, wow.
Had, we'll say had. Anyway, um, in the winter when it's not safe to walk outside because you'll slip, fall, and kill yourself,
Mhm.
at the sports complex building, they call it the Evergreen. Um, they let you come and walk around the auditorium and you can walk the hallways and stuff and kind of walk around. And you chit chat with the people while you're walking and stuff and get to know
Mhm.
a few people that way and
Yep.
get to know a few people. It's actually very funny. With my exercise program, this one lady goes, I think I know you from somewhere. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm thinking. I doubt it. And she goes, where do you live? I'm like, behind the tire shop. I don't even remember what street name number it is at the point she's asking me this. I'm like, behind the tire shop. She goes, yeah, that's why you look familiar. You live across the street.
So from in the hood is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Got it. Yeah.
they're the people that sent over pickles and vegetables.
Oh, so nice.
Kirk goes, suck up to her. She does good Christmas baking.
Ooh. All right.
She actually,
Yeah.
I was away for my exercises for the end of January and all of February because I went to a funeral and got the flu. Yeah,
Oops.
it was great. So when I went back on Monday, it was my first day going back to exercise, and she's like, I was really worried about you that you disappeared or gone back to the city or something because your vehicle's not moved since like the middle of January. I'm like, well, okay, first of all, my car was dead for a while.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, but Kirk fixed that, so that's working now. But then I had the flu. And even when I started to feel a little better, I wasn't coming here to risk you guys getting it.
That's right. A
Yeah,
funeral. Sorry, I'll see myself
I
out.
like it. Well, like we said, this is why they wouldn't let people go to funerals in
That's
COVID
right.
because out of the 15 family members, 13 of us got the flu.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Yeah, the husband of the lady who passed away literally didn't know till about an hour before the funeral if he's going to be able to make it because he was already having issues.
Wow.
And we went out to the gravesite and went through the little service thing, and he's like, I gotta go back to the farm, gotta go, gotta go.
Oh boy.
Like, yeah, he was not doing so swell.
No, for
But
sure.
yeah, and one of the people who was part of the family is actually the son had to, because of his job, had to get tested, and it was influenza A.
At least it wasn't COVID.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And my dear sweet man said, I knew you were sick because you were both incredibly pale and pasty and green at the same time.
Mm,
And he goes, and you didn't talk for 4 days, which really scared me.
that's
That's
right
it.
there.
Yeah.
That's the reason. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It was bad. It was really bad.
For sure.
It was really bad.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, made it through that.
Yeah.
There were days I didn't think I was going to.
For sure.
It was great. Phoning my doctor in the city going, hi,
See,
can
is that
you
one of the
refill
biggest
my
challenges that you've had? Is medical
Oh
care?
yeah. Yeah, that's I have to go back to the city for to see my doctors and my specialists and stuff because there are supposed to be 11 in this town and region, and they are down to 4.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like literally, I was told if your head's not fall off and you're carrying it in, don't even bother going to the hospital because they'll just shoot you back out.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
if you go to the clinic, they tell you to go to the emergency.
hmm And there was only 2 clinics in town when I lived there.
There's only one,
There's only one now.
the one beside the hospital.
Wow. Okay.
And they take 2 walk-in appointments a day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon.
2.
And you book about a month and a half to 2 months ahead. If you can get them to answer and find a space. And if your doctor will let you book an appointment.
See, Americans, Canadian is not such a great system after all in certain places. In the city, it's a little better. I'll admit
Yeah.
it's a little better in the city.
Oh, yeah.
But like,
Like
yeah.
my doctor in the city, I mean, to see my doctor, sometimes it's a week or 2, but
hmm
you can almost always go to the walk-in. I
Exactly.
mean, now
Yeah.
it's getting a little bit worse. Like the walk-in, they open at 9, and by 9:30 they're booked for the morning for
hmm
walk-ins, and they take a
hmm
lot. Like it's not because they only take 1 or 2,
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
but
Yeah, no, I showed up though at that same clinic. They were supposed to close at 10 o'clock. I showed up 9:15 and or 9 o'clock or something like that. And they were vacuuming and putting away chairs. No, I'm sorry, we quit taking walk-ins at 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's like, dude,
yeah,
then why do you say that you're open till 10? So then I had to spend 4 hours or longer at the emergency for a non-emergency thing. And it
Yeah.
kept getting
And
worse
yet
and
they get
worse and
upset that there's so
worse.
many people going to the hospitals to emergency.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I just had a friend who is the same age as me, who we kind of grew up almost like brother and sister because his dad and my dad were
Mm-hmm.
best friends. And they have 3 boys and no girls, so they kind of adopted me as their daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to him the other day, and he went to the walk-in because he was feeling weird. And he
Mm-hmm.
waited there for 6 hours, and they finally got him in. And at the end of the appointment, which was like 20 minutes, the doctor said, "Okay, these are the 3 suggestions I have for you that you should do one of the following. One, since I know you don't drive, get a friend here and go immediately to the emergency. Two, call a cab, go immediately to emergency. Three, we'll call you an ambulance and you will go immediately to emergency." And he's like, "Okay, I'll see if my dad can come back and pick me up." So off to emergency he
Wow.
went and sat there for another 8 or 9 hours before they finally pulled him in to see what was going on and admitted him. But you know how our hospitals are. It was 4 days where he was in emergency before they got him a bed.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they finished doing all the testing and stuff, he is going for an 8-way bypass.
Wow.
I'm like,
Basically, that's a new heart.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my word.
I'm
I
like,
didn't know there were
okay,
8 ways in a heart.
well, I guess it's trying to, it's because his heart has literally grown new arteries and things trying to get around the blockages. So now they got to bypass those too.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh, he goes,
That is
good side.
special.
I decided it was time to quit smoking.
Completely unrelated.
Good for you. And actually, when he went for his pre-op, the surgeon he talked to said, if it was up to me, if anybody who walked in with these kind of problems and they smoked, I wouldn't operate on them at all. And he
Mm-hmm.
said it's because it adds so many more risks and stuff. And my friend said, well, I did quit smoking a month ago when they told me what was happening. And he goes, and you haven't smoked since then? He goes, nope. And he goes, good for you. Keep it up.
That is good. It's a hard thing to do is quit smoking. I've never had to quit smoking, but then again, no one's ever lit me on fire. So I really haven't started smoking, to tell you the truth.
I could
But
arrange that.
yeah, that would be great. Thanks, Sam.
You know what are friends for?
I know, right? Yeah. First, you'd have to find me.
I know where you live.
Yeah, try to get here. No, really, please try get here. That would be great.
I have a car. It runs now.
There you go. Awesome.
Turns out
Yes.
I had a short in my back wiper.
Right.
And usually people only find that because their car starts on fire.
That's
It's
not good.
handy. It's handy when your boyfriend's observant and a mechanic and put it
Mm-hmm.
together. He's like, yeah, I
Ooh.
was thinking about all the weird things your car's been doing. I figured it out.
So Brian has been addicted to nicotine all his life, and he's had quite a few. He's quit a few times, and he's been nicotine free since July 6th.
Way to
That
go.
is
Every day. Every
excellent.
day that you go is one more day. It's
That's
awesome.
right. Not only that, but how long is it? It's only a few months before your lungs completely clean themselves out. So yeah, there is
I
something
remember
called
my dog.
mullein leaf tea, and it clears out your lungs. I am going to Google it and put it into the chat.
I remember my doctor at one point saying, not to me because I've never smoked, but to a relative,
Mm-hmm.
not to look at when you're smoking that when you're trying to quit, when you have a smoke, that you failed, but that you made it that many days without a
Yes.
smoke.
Yes.
And that's awesome. Now just see if you can make it that many days and one more
That's right.
on your next try.
Yeah.
He goes, it's not about that one smoke you have, it's about how many you didn't.
Okay, I'm going to just copy and paste this into the chat. And it says, okay, it says that, oh, of course it's going to do it twice. When you have lung and throat issues, using mullein may relieve some of your discomfort. Its flowers and leaves contain mucilage, which coats mucous membranes. The most, if I could talk,
Moist.
you know, you brush your teeth and can't do a thing with them.
Moist.
Yeah,
Moist.
yeah. The moist linings inside your respiratory system. So with a film, and it reduces inflammation, but what it also does is it causes your lungs to expel everything that is not supposed to be there, basically. So I have a friend who they vape. They don't smoke, but they vape. And maybe once a month or so, they use this mullein leaf tea. And it basically, they have the tea at night. The next day, you cannot go very far from someplace where you have to hork up a whole pile of phlegm. I know this is really gross, but their
It'd be gross
lungs.
if you were working a bottle.
That's true. That's true. No, but anyways, so with the phlegm just comes out. It has all of the nastiness of the vape that they've done, and it's just amazing how it just really helps a lot. They also have asthma, and their asthma hasn't been as bad since trying this. Now,
Cool.
this is not medical information. It's not medical knowledge.
It's something that works for
So-
somebody.
Yeah. There we go. So Indigo only eats 420 edibles. After the thyroid surgery, they were told not to inhale vapors. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. My friend also does edibles as well, but their preferred method is vape, I believe. So. And then there's Brian. I'm a functioning pothead. Yeah. So Brian, it may not be a bad idea for you to try that mullein leaf, like get some tea or tincture or something like that. Let's see if I can find. I can't really
My
put it
doctors-
into the chat.
My doctors always laugh at me when they ask, when they go through the initial questions, they're like, do you smoke? No. Do you drink? Do you do this? Do you take any drugs? I'm like, only the ones that come in bottles with my doctor's names on them, because I've got more than enough of those.
Exactly. I was looking at my hand this morning with the pile of medications that I take, and I'm like, I should just take a picture of this and show people how much I take just for breakfast. Sam has me beat probably by about a dozen.
I don't know. I'm
So-
finally getting down a bit.
Oh, how many are you on now?
I don't know. But this is my pill tray for the week.
There you go. Yeah.
And I don't have to take anything at lunch anymore.
Yay.
So that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest, I take my supper pills at bedtime.
So do I.
It's a vitamin B pill and a pill to help food process through my GIMP
Mm.
system. So
Oh, okay.
as long as I
Alright.
take it somewhere around my food, it's doing its job anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, and then there's a couple other boxes that
Mhm.
don't fit in those because they've got to be in their stupid blister packs.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I take about somewhere between 13 and 17 pills, like prescriptions, different. Yeah. So sometimes I've got like 15 pills with 13 different prescriptions because some of them have to be two. And anyway,
Two
just
pills.
it's a
Yeah, I get you.
yeah. Anyway,
That's
so
my funniest experience with pills was me and Kat, a former roommate, were on a couple meds that were the same. And it was
yeah.
actually funny because the one med all three of us in the house were on, I was
Oh
just on a
wow.
bigger dose than everybody else.
Ah,
And one person wouldn't go refill his because he had to go back to the doctor to do that, and he wouldn't. Yeah. Anyway, um, but one of the other pills she was
mm-hmm.
on for its main use, which is a psych med, but I'm on it a small dose because I have a nerve in the back of my throat that sticks out into my throat, and an off-label use for it is to numb that so that I'm not constantly going because it's bugging me.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes into my room one night. She goes, "Can I borrow a pill or two of your XYZ drug?" And I said, "Why?" She's like, "Because I forgot to go pick up my refills today and I don't have one to take tonight." And I was like, "Maybe?" I'm like, "How much do you take in a dose?" And she goes, "Only 150 milligrams." I'm like, and she goes, "I'll pay you back as soon as I pick up my pills tomorrow." And I'm like, "Okay, I don't think we can do that." She goes, "Why not?" And I said, "Well, you take 150 milligrams and that's one pill." She
Mm-hmm.
goes, "Yeah." I said, "I have 10 milligram pills." I said, "I don't have enough in my month's supply for you.
Oh my word. Oh
And
my
what
word.
the hell are you going to cut up one of your pills for me?"
Oh wow. Yeah.
And so we just
Basically
cracked
just
up
shave
laughing
it.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a good laugh about that. She goes, "I guess I'll just be going without that tonight and go to the pharmacy
Yeah.
first thing in the morning."
Yep. Oh,
At
good.
which
We
point her
have
boyfriend
Barbie
told her
and
she
Crystal
could sleep on
Phoenix
the living room.
here. Cool. Nice to see you folks.
There's another fun thing is trying to figure out what pharmacy you want to switch to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still get my drugs in the city.
Do you? Oh my goodness.
I'm down every month,
I
except for
suppose,
this
yeah.
month.
It's not like I
Which
actually even see you, so I don't know that you're down every month. It's not like you actually would phone or, call for coffee or, I'm basically rejected.
okay. Would you like to hear about my last trip to Saskatoon?
Sure, I'd love to.
So it was over Christmas. Actually, that's not the last one. That's the second last one. Over
Okay.
Christmas. And remember that day on like the 27th where it was blizzarding like stink and they're telling everybody to stay off the highways?
Yep.
My boyfriend's mom said, "You're going home now." So we
Nice.
drove between 60 and 80 kilometers the whole way home.
Which would be
It
about
was
30
great.
miles an hour. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of people in here who are American, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And doing whatever 110 is, it takes 3 hours. So it was
That's
a
about 60
yeah, so
60
it was
miles
a
an hour.
very long drive
Oh my
with a
goodness.
very nervous teenager in the car.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And it was a
Yeah.
crazy drive. We drove past a car that was on fire, like
What?
20 feet high flames, pulled off of the side of the road.
Oh my word.
I said, "Do we stop?" Kirk goes, "Nope, phone 911. We keep driving. People are getting carjacked on the highway lately." Okay.
Oh, that's bad.
But then
Yeah.
somebody pulled in right as we drove by. So we're like, okay, if somebody's going, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 days after that, we had to drive back to Saskatoon because Kirk's local dad needed the thing to reset his pacemaker or his his pacemaker. Yeah, that's it.
Oh no.
So we had to drive back down for the day.
Wow. At
And
least you guys
then
drive together, so you have somebody to talk to. It's not lonely. Yeah.
and the next trip was, "Mom's not doing good. You need to get here now at 7:30 at night."
Yeah.
Now, we were planning to come in the next morning because I had an
Mhm.
appointment.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we left at 7:30 at night and we slept in the car out of the Costco until they started grading the parking lot.
Oh my goodness.
Then we went for breakfast at Fuddruckers.
Yep.
I went to my appointment,
Oh wow.
then went back to Costco and bought our groceries and turned around and came back. I got to drive. Oh, no, we stopped at one person's house for supper because I was supposed to have stayed at her house.
Oh, right, right.
So we stopped and we bought her the supper I was supposed to be buying us.
Mm-hmm.
And the man says that was the best $12 he ever spent on somebody's supper because she sent us home with her old soda stream machine.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I think you made the trip right there.
Yeah. But on like an hour and a half of sleep, I got to drive home
Mm-hmm.
at like 11 o'clock at night. And I hate
Mhm.
night driving.
Oh yeah. It just
And the roads
the
roads
starburst of
weren't
the
great. And
Yeah.
the roads weren't great.
No, not at all.
So we did go the longer way that kind of goes past your town. Kind of the next highway over.
Uh-huh.
But
Oh,
yeah,
Indigo wants to know about the soda machine. We have one. You can come visit me and use ours.
what it is it's a machine that you hook. It's too far away, or I'd go grab it. They're little tanks almost about
About the
this
size of a water bottle.
Yeah, like a little bit bigger than this, of carbon dioxide or carbonated. It's carbon basically,
It's carbon
and you hook it
dioxide,
up, and then you put water in this special bottle because it can handle the pressure, and you hook the bottle up and you push it down, and it injects the carbon into the water, and then you add like syrups for flavors.
Yep. Basically, you make your own pop or soda or whatever you want to call it.
Flavored soda water or whatever you want to do.
Flavored
with it.
soda water. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
my
pretty good.
dear, I do need to leave because we've got Bible study tonight. And I should probably eat something before we go.
But yeah,
So
if anybody has any
thank
tips on
you.
how to meet more people in my lovely little town,
Absolutely.
years, pass them to Kim.
Pass them to me. Yep.
I
And
worked
I
at the
will make sure she
election.
gets them. Yeah.
I thought that might
was
help.
good. Yeah. Yes. All righty, folks. Have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow, and we will be doing Psalm 138, I believe. Yes, Psalm 138 tomorrow. Either 137 or 138. I'm sorry, I'd have to look at my thumbnails. But yes, we're going to be talking about a couple more Psalms, and then in April, we'll be talking about the promises of God, or March, we'll be talking about God's promises and what they mean to us today. So only a few more days of Psalms, and then we're going to find out what God's promises are. So thank you, Sam. Thank you, my friend, for coming by tonight. Really miss you a lot.
Well, I had to walk really far into the bedroom, so
Yeah, okay.
I did have to move the computer.
Okay. I'll talk to you later.
You too.
Give your man a hug for me.
Oh.
Bye. All right. Bye.
Some come with scars, some come with dreams. In this circle, we're more than what we seem. No judgment here, just voices to be heard. Through laughter, through the tears, we find every word. I'm my brother's keeper.